And now let's do the feet before I sew everything together. Yes, not like this, it should be magic ring. You start with a magic ring. And in that magic ring, you're gonna do 5 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You do 5 single crochet. After 5 single crochet, now we go to that second row. Second row, you go to that first stitch. I hope you can find your first stitch because I cannot really tell you the V shape here. There's no V shape. Hardly, but there are bumps here where you can see there is a next stitch. And I guess this takes some practice. So next row we're going to do increase. I'm going to do increase in every single stitch. So this is 1 increase, 2 increase, 3 increase, 4 increase, and 5 increase. So row 2 you should have 10 stitches because we started with 5 and we did 5 increased. And now we're going to go to row 3. Row 3, I'm going to do 1 single crochet. Let me add my marker. And you're going to do 4 decrease. You're going to take the front loop from this first stitch and the back loop from the second stitch. You're going to put through 2 and 2. This is 1 decrease. 2 decrease. Not exactly easy because it's kind of small and tight. Oops. 3 decrease. Oops, where are you? Okay, 4 decrease. After you did 4 decrease, you should have 1 more stitch left, and you do single crochet. So how does your shuttlecock look like? Are you using cotton yarn, lace yarn, or velvet yarn? Please put in the comment section so that I can see your version of the shuttlecock boy. And now you just do single crochet all around from row 5 until row 8. Just 1 single crochet, and it will look like this. It's not much because it's fluffy. You can't really see the toe. Actually, the foot is like this. And I did add a bit of a stuffing to plump it up. So you can just shape it around like this. Shape it around. Then when I sew it here, you can see the feet. So you do 2 of this. I have sewn one side here. For the sake of beginners, I will show you how it's done. I have no stuffing yet, so it's quite easy to sew. Let's say it should be here. You just make 1 stitch like this over here. And take a look and see if that's the right spot. Anyway, this one can actually bend downwards like this. It not necessarily have to stay up. So once you think this is the right spot, and you just make one stitch onto the hand and one onto the body, and one on the hand and one inside into the body. You can come out from here and you take a look and see if your hand, is it dangling, will it you know, move about. Okay, I think that should be the support. Make a few more stitches. And you just tie a knot with whatever tail you can find from the inside here. Don't tie too tight, just tie a loose knot. And leave everything inside. And now for the feet, you have to remember you have this part here. So this is like the toe. So now I'm thinking whether to sew it here or here. I think it should be underneath here. Okay, I have attached one, and I think this should be how it look like. It should be underneath here because it's sitting. So you take a look here, you see this part here, this is the toe part. This part here, we're gonna join it together, make it flat. So this part here, just make a few stitches like this to flatten it. Then you're gonna place it underneath here like this, sitting here. So I should make one stitch here, and make one stitch onto the leg, and see if that's the right spot. If that's the right spot, then you continue to sew this. This part here is flat, so you're gonna sew it like this, and later on you can shape it around and come up here and make sure it goes through the leg. And from the leg, go back inside the body. So you're gonna sit nicely like this, and here you're going to shape it around. When you want to take a photo session, shape it around, make it look more like a feet, like this. Ooh, it looks so cute already, even without the shuttlecock. You know, you can do a few more rounds here. Fasten it off. Yeah, see, it gets dirty easily because it's pure white. So take note of where you're gonna place this, because you can catch all the dirts and all whatnot and make it look dirty. So I'll come back to you once I have it nicely fastened. Maybe I'll stitch a few more rounds. Okay, now we're doing the shuttlecock part. We start with the black yarn. You make a magic ring with the black yarn. Then you do 6 single crochet into the ring, magic ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 single crochet into the magic ring. And now row 2, you're going to do increased. Increase means 2 single crochet into that same stitch. One increase, 2 increase, 3 increase, 4, 5, and 6 increase. Then row 3. Oops, okay, here. Row 3, I'm going to do 1 single crochet. Followed by increase. This is 1 set, and you're gonna do 6 sets of it. I can't see whether it's 1 loop or 2 loop. And if not mistaken, this should be the last set. Single and increase. It should match this hole here. And that's it. And you're gonna cut the yarn. And just leave a long tail before you cut the yarn. Okay, now this is the magic ring tail. I'm going to sew it on like this. So I'm gonna make the shuttlecock up here. I'm gonna work on only the back loop, not both loops. I'm not sure if you can see this. This is the front loop, and this would be the back loop. So I'm gonna start with this loop here, but before I start, let me pull this tail to the inside. Pull it to the inside, so that here when I sew, you can't see this white part here. It's inside hidden. Then you tie a knot. Oops. The end of it will come off. So you tie a knot, and I'm gonna start to crochet here. This one is inside, you'll be hidden inside the body. So on this first stitch here, I'm going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're gonna yarn over twice because we're gonna make a treble crochet, and you're gonna do this another treble into that same stitch. Yarn over 2 by 2. Then you chain 1, yarn over twice, and here you skip 1. You skip this one and go to the next one. Oops, I hope I can find the back loop. I think this is the back loop. So you're gonna yarn over 2 by 2. You're gonna do treble increase in that stitch. Yarn over, you're gonna chain 1, and you're gonna yarn over twice, skip 1, go to the next stitch and do a treble increase. So you're gonna look like this. Just like the real shuttlecock, there'll be a bit of a hole here. So you're going to do all the way until here, and make sure the tail is at the bottom here. And this tail is for us to sew these sides to the top of the head. So you should have 9 sets of this. And you go to that first stitch, and you do a slip stitch. And here I'm going to do a chain 3. 1, 2, 3. This counts as a double crochet. Then I yarn over and do a double crochet like this. You go into the top of this treble, and you go to the next treble like this, the top of the next treble. Then you do a double crochet. And you yarn over, you do a double crochet on top of this this second treble crochet. So you will have 3 double crochet on top of these 2 treble crochet. And this row 2, there is no chain 1. We just continue. So you're gonna yarn over, you go to the top here, you do a double crochet, then you yarn over, you go in between the top here and the top here like this, and you do a double crochet. Then you yarn over, you go to this on top of this last treble, and you do a double crochet. So it looks like this. It looks like as if here have holes and here no more holes. So you're gonna continue until the end of the row. Let me show you this ones again. On top of this, go to the top of the second treble and do this. So it's like a front post thing. So I'll come back to you once I'm at the end of the row. And by the way, you have 9 sets of this treble, and you should have 9 sets of this in the second row. I've reached the end of the row. So now I'm going to slip stitch onto this first stitch here. I'm going to do chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and over. This chain 3 act as a double crochet, which is on top of this double crochet. And the middle one here, I'm going to do a front post. A front post double crochet. then a double crochet in the next stitch. Again, yarn over. You can see it comes in 3 here. 1, 2, 3, the sets of 3. So the first line here, 1, 2, 3. On top of this double crochet, you do a double crochet. In the second double crochet, the middle one, you do a front post double crochet. And the last one here, you do a double crochet. There's no gap in between and there's no chain 1. Again, let me show you just in case. You have 3 here, 3 sets here, 1, 2, 3. You go on top of this first one, you do a double crochet, yarn over. In the middle one here, you do a front post double crochet. And the next one, just a double crochet on top of this double crochet. And so I'll come back to you once I'm at the end here. Okay, I've come to the end of the row. You just slip stitch to the top of this double crochet. Then I'm gonna slip stitch to this middle part here, to this there's 3 here. There's 3 here. You slip stitch to this middle part here. So you see this 3 stitch. Always look at this 3 as one set. Go to the middle one here. Chain 1, yarn over. I'm going to do a half double crochet here. Then I'm going to chain 1 and do half double crochet into that same stitch. Then you see this space here. There's this space between the 3 sets. Go to this space and slip stitch. Then you chain 1, yarn over. This 3 here. Go to the one that we did the front post, the front post double crochet. Go to that, the top of that double crochet, you do a half double crochet. Then you chain 1 and do half double crochet on that same stitch. Then here will look like this, more like a shuttlecock. Then you chain 1 and you look at this 3 stitch here. This 3, you have there should be a gap here between, and you slip stitch, chain 1, yarn over. Then you go to this, on top of this double crochet front post, and do a half double crochet, chain 1 and the half double crochet into that same stitch, chain 1 and slip stitch. Where to slip stitch? Always remember this is one set, so slip stitch in the gap here between this set and this set. This is one. It's hard to see because it's fluffy yarn. You can refer back to my earlier shuttlecock. Either these 2 is of the same pattern, so you can see. If you want to see clearly, you can go back to that post. So I'll get back to you once I am at the end of the row. I've reached that last stitch there. You chain 1 and you just slip stitch onto this, the first stitch. I'm gonna leave a little bit of a tail. because I want to move this all the way to the inside here so that I can hide it inside the head. I do not want this to be like dangling outside here. So you just make it go through all this double crochet, treble crochet, all the way down to the bottom here. Oh, sorry, I just went off screen. Okay, let me show you again. This is the last stitch. I cut my yarn, so I'm gonna bring it all the way down here. Just make it go through all the double crochet, treble crochet, all the way down until here, the bottom part, the black part here. And we can hide it inside the body. Then it won't come out easily. Like this. And the top part look like this. Oh, isn't that lovely? It looks like some flowers. So here you can tie a knot if you want. Okay, now we can add stuffing. Stuff it up, plumb it up. Oops. Make sure it's plumb up like this. And this part here goes here, like this. Let's see, hide all this tail inside. Oops. And you see this, because I tie a knot with the rest, so you bring your yarn out here so that it stops it. So you make one stitch on this, on the body, and one stitch on that front loop, because we work on the back loop. Then here you go to that front loop, and then you go to the next stitch. It has the same number of stitches, so stitch by stitch. Oops. Oh, look at that. The fur comes out easily. Don't pull too hard. So you're gonna stitch all around it, then shape it around, because when you're sewing you will kinda, hold tight to it and you will squeeze it. So you just shape it around, make it look more like a shuttlecock, and you can prepare him for your photo session. So I'll come back to you once I sew all around the head. Okay, this is how it looked like. The cute little shuttlecock boy. This is the shuttlecock girl, this is the shuttlecock boy, and this is the shuttlecock. So this is kind of like the shuttlecock series. This is how the back look like. You can shape it around. It looks kind of crooked now because the way I hold it when I sew. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. The subscribe button is over here, and I look forward to seeing you in my next post. Bye for now.